Imagine living comfortably, eating fresh food, enjoying coffee at your favorite cafe, and even having a little fun, all on just $800 a month. Sounds impossible? Well, stick around because today I'm going to show you exactly how it can be done, and it's simpler than you think. If you're new here, I share tips to make your life better, smarter, and happier, even if you're living on a tight budget. These days, many people are struggling with limited income. Whether it's rising living costs, student loans, or just the unpredictable nature of life, more and more of us are finding that we have to stretch every dollar. But here's the good news. You don't need a six-figure income to live well. You just need smart habits, creativity, and a mindset that values experiences over things. Today, I'm breaking down 10 powerful tips that can help you live like a king, even on a tiny budget. Track every dollar you spend. Alright, let's start with the very first step, tracking every single dollar you spend. I know it sounds simple, almost too simple. But trust me, this step is a total game changer. Most of us think we know where our money goes, but here's the truth, little expenses add up faster than you think. That $1 coffee every morning, the snacks you grab on your way home, the subscriptions you forgot you even had, it all adds up to hundreds of dollars a month that quietly disappear. Let me tell you a story. Sarah is a freelance writer who thought she had her budget under control. She wasn't saving much, and at the end of the month, her wallet always felt light. One day, she decided to write down every single expense for 1 month. Not just the big bills, every latte, every snack, every $3 parking fee. Guess what she discovered? She was spending $50 a month on snacks and drinks she didn't even enjoy that much. That's $600 a year, just quietly vanishing. Once she saw it on paper, she realized she could redirect that money toward paying bills on time, buying healthier groceries, and even saving a little for fun activities. Tracking your money doesn't just save cash, it gives you clarity and control. Suddenly, your financial life stops feeling like a mystery. You know exactly where your money is going, and that awareness alone can change everything. Create a smart budget and stick to it. Okay, step 2 is taking what you learned from tracking and turning it into a smart budget. Now, don't worry, we're not talking about a boring spreadsheet or complicated math. It's just about deciding ahead of time where every dollar should go, so nothing surprises you. Start by breaking your income into clear categories: housing, food, utilities, transportation, and fun. These are the basics. But don't forget to include a little wiggle room for unexpected things or small pleasures. Because a budget that's too strict usually fails. Let me give you an example. John lives in a small town and makes $900 a month. Sounds tight, right? But here's how he manages it. $400 for rent, $200 for groceries, $50 for utilities, $50 for transportation, $200 for fun, emergencies, and small indulgences. See what he did there? He prioritized essentials first, then allotted money for fun and surprises. He never feels deprived, because he knows exactly what he can spend and what he needs to save. The key here is planning ahead. Think of your budget as a map for your money, guiding you where it needs to go instead of letting it wander aimlessly. And the best part? When you stick to it, you reduce stress, avoid late fees, and actually enjoy your money more. Cut unnecessary expenses. Now that you've tracked your spending and created a smart budget, it's time for the magic step, cutting out the stuff that doesn't really add value. And I don't mean just skipping coffee once in a while. I mean being intentional about every dollar you spend. Ask yourself, does this expense truly improve my life? If the answer is no, it's time to let it go. Let me tell you about Emily. She realized she was subscribed to 2 streaming platforms she barely watched, a gym membership she hadn't used in months, and a subscription box she didn't even open. Together, they were costing her $40 a month. That's almost $500 a year. Instead of keeping them, she canceled the subscriptions and used that money to join a local community class, free workshops where she learned cooking, crafts, and even networking skills. Suddenly, her money was doing real work for her life, instead of disappearing silently each month. Here's the thing. Cutting unnecessary expenses isn't about deprivation, it's about choosing what really matters to you. Every dollar you redirect is a dollar that can go towards savings, experiences, or even just a little extra fun without guilt. Eat well without spending a fortune. Tip number 4, eat well without breaking the bank. Now, I know a lot of people think that healthy food has to be expensive, but that's just not true. You don't need fancy organic groceries or overpriced health bars. Focus on fresh produce, beans, rice, eggs, and seasonal items. These foods are affordable, nutritious, and versatile. Take Michael, for example. He lives on just $800 a month, but he's discovered how to stretch every dollar while eating really well. He shops at a small local grocery store, buys fruits and vegetables in bulk, and cooks at home instead of going to fast food restaurants. Here's the secret: homemade meals are not only cheaper, they're healthier and way more satisfying. A fresh vegetable stir-fry, a hearty soup, or a rice and bean bowl costs pennies compared to takeout, but fills you up and keeps your body energized. Pro tip: freeze extra portions, use leftovers creatively, and cook meals that last for multiple. Leftover roasted chicken? Turn it into a sandwich or taco. Extra vegetables? Toss them into an omelet or stir-fry. By cooking smart, you're saving money, reducing food waste, and enjoying tasty meals every day. Save on housing and utilities. Tip 5. Housing and utilities are usually your biggest monthly expense, so this is where small choices can make a huge difference. If your rent is too high, consider options like shared housing, smaller apartments, or even moving to a more affordable town. Believe it or not, on $800 a month, it's possible to rent a cozy apartment with utilities included in some towns. Take Greenville, Mississippi, for example. A small apartment near the river can cost far less than city apartments, and you still have money left for groceries, fun, and savings. Energy savings matter too. Use fans instead of AC, turn off lights when you leave a room, and unplug devices you're not using. Those small steps might seem insignificant, but over time, they add up to hundreds of dollars saved each year. Remember, living comfortably isn't about luxury, it's about making smart choices that give you financial freedom and peace of mind. Enjoy free or low-cost entertainment. Tip 6. Having fun doesn't have to cost a fortune. Too many people think they can't enjoy life on a small budget, but that's simply not true. Parks, hiking trails, libraries, and museums with free days are all amazing, low-cost ways to spend your time. Even simple board games or movie nights at home can provide hours of enjoyment. Take Lisa, for instance. She spends her weekends exploring her city's free events. Art fairs, local concerts, and community activities keep her weekends exciting without spending much. She also spends quality time with friends, which is priceless in value. Remember, experiences are worth far more than things. A museum trip or a hike might cost nothing, but it leaves you with memories, joy, and a feeling of richness that money can't buy. Build an emergency fund. Tip 7. Always plan for the unexpected. Life is unpredictable, and emergencies happen, whether it's a medical bill, a car repair, or even a sudden travel expense. Even if you're living on a tight budget, it's possible to save a small amount for emergencies. Start with just $10 to $20 a week. That might feel tiny, but in a few months, you'll have a buffer that reduces stress and prevents financial panic. Pro tip: automate your savings if possible. Set up a small recurring transfer to a separate savings account. Out of sight, out of mind, and over time, that tiny weekly amount grows into a real safety net. Take Alex, for example. He started by saving just $10 a week, and after 6 months, he had over $200 in his emergency fund. One small car repair came up, and instead of borrowing money or stressing, he covered it without touching his main budget. Building an emergency fund isn't about getting rich overnight. It's about peace of mind, security, and freedom, knowing that you're ready for life's surprises. Find small ways to increase income. Even small extra income can make a huge difference. Babysitting, freelance work, selling handmade goods, or renting out a room online can add hundreds to your monthly budget. Take Alex, who picked up weekend gigs teaching guitar lessons. He added $150 to $200 a month to his income, which allowed him to enjoy a coffee out and occasional fun without touching his main budget. Every little bit counts. Shift your mindset. Money is a tool, not a measure of happiness. Living well on a small budget is more about mindset than dollars. Appreciate what you have. Enjoy small moments. Celebrate victories, like paying bills on time or cooking a delicious meal at home. Tip: gratitude and contentment make even $800 feel like a fortune if you use it wisely. Plan and prioritize. Finally, always plan for the week or month ahead. Write down essential expenses first, then fun activities, and finally savings. This approach stops impulsive spending and ensures your money works for you, not the other way around. Tip: planning reduces stress and gives you confidence and freedom in financial decisions. Living well on very little money is not only possible, it can actually be empowering. With discipline, planning, and smart choices, you can enjoy good food, small luxuries, and memorable experiences, all without being wealthy. Remember, it's not about how much you earn, it's about how intentionally you use it. Even $800 a month can provide comfort, security, and joy if you live wisely. If you found these tips helpful, hit the like button and share this video with someone who might need it. I'd love to hear your own money-saving tips or experiences living on a tight budget, so drop them in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos on living smarter, happier, and richer in experiences, even if your bank account isn't overflowing.